In the early 2000s, a global climate crisis emerged from humankind's disregard for the Earth and its natural systems. Scientists warned of an apocalypse the likes of which could eradicate human existence. The blaming began, with the leaders of many powerful nations pointing fingers at each other. Eventually, war erupted, and deadly nuclear salvos fired from the biggest superpowers ravaged much of the Earth, destroying and irradiating large portions of its surface. Certain major cities survived, and from the ashes rose again. The survivors did what they could, utilizing the resources of a few very wealthy corporations to combat the climate crisis. For almost a century, civilization has survived, hobbled together with corporate governance and expanded to the few sections of the globe still viable for sustaining human life. Antarctica, once an inhospitable frozen tundra, has become one such bastion for human life. Colonized by a Scottish arms corporation called Militech, Pilatus Antarctica is a thriving metropolis of the future. Last time, on Roll Warriors, having let loose a murderous Ganju raptor on unsuspecting fightgoers, Abel makes her way back to the rendezvous to find Saul and the truck. Soifangji watches as Rasta is killed and leaves some other allies to fend for themselves against Chacha and the raptor. Saul gets to make use of the grenade launcher and creates a lot of collateral damage. In the end, the trio have to make a hard decision and watch as Chacha retreats to safety with Tidbit as his hostage. Hope that doesn't bite them in the buns later. You all did what you set out to do, caused a lot of chaos, basically destroyed their whole shit over there. But the Chacha did survive. He has Tidbit as a hostage to kind of, get himself out of danger and out of that situation. Although he did kill a huge raptor, so who knows how much, danger he needs to be in before he's worried about anything. But yeah, and you're kind of just you're kind of driving away the searing ruins behind you. The Jeep is in front of you at this point. It's kind of like Klaus was driving because Violet and Tico are in the back. Like, Violet's kind of tending to Tico's wounds and making sure that she's okay. But they are not talking to you. They kind of got into the car and didn't say a word and drove off. So that's that, and you're in the car, and Claudia is just sitting there, where she's been sitting when you guys are in the truck, and she just says, I wasn't present for everything that you guys have done, but I think that was probably the worst.
I don't know. Like, all right, guys, on a scale of like 1 to the Donatis to also the Kennedys, where do you think that fell?
Play shit games, win shit prizes.
So is that just like par for the course, where our par is just like really bad?
So how are we supposed to come out that in a positive way?
No, I'm just wondering because Claudia had asked me. Claudia said that like that was the worst thing that she's probably seen us do or have to deal with. But I think that's pretty par for the course, you know?
I agree. I think the fires of war causes tons of destruction in its wake, but in the end, it restores the land and allows the resurgence of something new. So,
I mean, I guess that's a really like optimistic look on it. You know, it could also just create a power vacuum and then a lot of people suffer. But whatever. So are you guys going to still try to keep in touch with Mandy? Because I don't know if they'll necessarily want to do that.
I think the only way for us to repair that relationship is to get Tidbit back. So unless we're going to plan on turning around and figuring out a way to fix that problem, we're probably going to have to just burn that bridge.
Well, do you think your that little bluff you pulled back there, which fucking good work on that, do you think that'll get them through? Think the Kennedys ordered this whole shit to go down?
I have no idea. I'm just hoping it'll redirect some heat off of Rhodey at least.
Right, give them some time to regroup and figure out their next steps. I honestly feel like Mandy loves this. I think she plays the caring leader, but we were very, ostentatious with what we were doing in that situation, and that's exactly what Mandy wants. Like, she wants it to be big, she wants it to be showy, like, she wants there to be chaos. So, who knows?
Do you think she wants some of her people to die so that she can create martyrs?
She seems like the type of person that values, air quote, sacrifice. So, so who knows?
Well, I mean, whatever, but talking about next plans, what are you guys thinking? Should we go just straight and try to get Dr. White? Go off of like that whole, Soy Fungi got hurt in some sort of way, or I got hurt in some sort of way, and now I've been saying stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I say, yeah, we can go to Dr. White. I mean, Tidbit isn't really our problem. Rhodey can figure it out. And I think that kind of gives us time to avoid heat from Rhodey, because they'll be busy with that instead of focusing on us. At least for the time being. What do you think, Abel?
Well, do we want to go in hot right off of this, or do we want to lay low for a while and hopefully Sahara will play some of its cards and see what we're working with as far as how closely they can track us, if they can track us, how hot of an asset we are to them.
Right.
Because the minute we act is the minute we're visible.
I think that's a good point, but I also don't think we should, hold on for too long, right? Because, I mean, even if we're inactive, I think we gotta kind of hit a very specific spot. Like, the longer we're inactive, the quicker that Sahara's gonna come after us. The longer we're active, the faster Sahara's gonna look for us. I think we should try to strike while the iron's hot, but at the same time, I am fucking tired as all hell. And you guys look rough too, so...
I mean, I'm covered in bullet holes, so... Yeah. I wouldn't mind some repairs, to be honest.
So where should we stop? Where should we stay? Like, should we go back to the city?
You have friends that could fix you, right?
Yeah, I could... I mean, I can reach out to a mirror, or I could just see Dr. White. So, it depends on the angle that we should take.
Well, is that how we want to do it? Do we want to just say, like, you got injured, and you're injured really bad, and, Dr. White, you have to come and help out Soy Fungi? And slip in some of that, like, we know about Soifanji's been saying weird stuff about the human experiments.
That works for me. We could totally do it. I mean, I'm pretty bust up, so it wouldn't be hard for me to appear to have various glitches in my current state. So
that's fair.
I can remind you guys. Dr. White has mentioned that he has a home address.
Yeah,
somewhere else in the city.
I was gonna say that, like, we could just be creepy and just be waiting for Dr. White when he gets home, and sitting next to the red armchair with the lamp, or I could just be like laying on the floor, sparking and spasming, and we're like, "Oh, Dr. White, we weren't sure where to come."
I think that might actually be a really good idea. My only concern is that Sahara has his place, on lock, or they have it scoped out. So,
I mean, it's kind of 50-50, because, he's pretty tenured, so they probably don't question his loyalty, but he's also very capable, so they might just want to watch him either way. I don't know, it'd be a risk, but what's not a risk these days?
I guess that's fair. I was just thinking of, like, I don't know, we go someplace like Bone Row, say you got injured, and call him out there, because at least that's like, I don't know. I like the home turf, home field advantage sort of thing, where we kind of like set up our own turf and we know what's up. But that could also prompt Sahara to send, bodyguards with him, and that's something we do not need.
Right. So I feel like Dr. White is the type of person that likes to be off the grid. I don't think he would let Sahara tap him in his personal space. So
I don't know. What are you more comfortable with?
We break into his house in the middle of the night and take him to a chair and then question him.
Okay. All right.
And if he talks, he talks. If he doesn't, we kill him.
I think we could go in with something a little bit easier, and definitely at least start off with him helping out Soifanji, so at least we can start off with, we're on your side. But then if he starts to get, I don't know, angsty, then we go your route.
Why don't we use your protege to do some of that?
Oh, Candor?
Yeah.
Yeah, that works too. Okay. Where is Candor?
I don't know. We haven't talked to her in probably 2-3 weeks now.
Right. Maybe. Okay. I'll.
Plus,
okay.
she's the most off of Sahara's radar out of all of us.
Right. Okay. So. Oh, perfect. Okay. So Funji pulls out her agent, sends Candor a message saying, "Got a gig for you. Need you to find out if a certain location is tagged by Sahara. Send."
Yeah, her response is just a couple minutes later. And she types back, "What's the address?"
And do we know Mr. White's address yet?
I do not think you do, but it would not be hard for someone of your skill set, Soifanji.
Okay. Sends message, working on it, let you know when I get it. And okay, is there like a net jack port in the car, or?
No, basically all you have access to right now is your agent, your personal, handheld device. But I could say that, getting into the personnel files, at Sahara could be doable with a high enough, cryptography roll.
Alright, let's go for it. So my base cryptography is 16. And I rolled an 8. 16 plus 8 is 24, 26? What's 16 plus 8?
You had it the first time.
Yeah, you go to like Sahara's like, you know, main employee web portal. You guys all have access to this. You know, it's basic boilerplate stuff. Like you can update your, you know, W-2 and you can like see your previous pay statements and see all like the compliance things and do training videos or whatever, as you do in a corporation. But you log into yours and just like do some back end searching through the code and are able to pull a address, and it is in the shipping district.
Nice. Okay. Stefan G pulls out her agent, sends message, found the address. It is etc. in the shipping district. I need you to let me know what sort of pings are in that area and if they are connected to Sahara, and if there's anything that we need to watch out for. Send.
She sends back a pretty quick response and says, this address is in PCP and Militech territory. Shouldn't have too much trouble getting in and out without Sahara knowing.
All right. Thanks, Candor. You're lit. Send. Okay. So according to Candor, he is in Militech and PCP territory. So, probably attempting to stay out of Sahara's way. He's probably doing things he's not supposed to be doing. So, I think we'd be good to go. We could totally just sneak in there, or at least you and Saul can sneak in there. Find a place to gain some tactical advantage while I can approach with my injuries and get him to let his guard down while he's fixing me, and that's when you can strike.
I mean, I think we should all just go in together as a group, and then as soon as we have him in his house alone, you know, I don't want us to be too separate and worried about, you know, setting up like perimeters and shit like that when we can't see each other. I don't want a reverso happening, you know, like where we go in, we start talking to him, and then all of a sudden somebody was watching his house, and the one person we leave outside is Gonzo.
Okay, we can do this together. I mean, Dr. White trusts us, so you shouldn't immediately be on guard. But
yeah,
we have to be very careful, because the slightest inkling of something weird's going on, he's going to know, and we'll lose our shot. So when we do this fast, we do it perfectly, and the first chance we get to get him out, we take it.
All right, cool. It is about like 11 p.m. in the truck right now, or where you are, and so it's like a 3-hour drive to that area of Pilatus. I mean, you still have like, you know, 2 hours of driving in the countryside till you get to the outskirts of the city, and then you'll have to take like the mega highway into the shipping district. But all told, yeah, you're looking at like a 3-hour trip to the to this address. So whatever you can do in the car in 3 hours, as long as someone's driving, get it done.
Is Soy Fungi driving at the moment?
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't need sleep, so if y'all want to like get some rest and sleep, like y'all can do that.
I was gonna have Saul try to do a medicine roll, not only to give you general first aid, but also probably himself, because I don't know if you have he's sitting at like 10 hit points.
Yikes.
Yeah, Saul is seriously wounded, so.
Yeah, so I find your pain receptors are pretty like fried from all of probably from the shark skin, to be honest. Like when they put that in, like a lot of nerves in your body were killed off. So you're like taking stock of your damage, and you're like, oh, I'm almost pretty hurt here. Like I didn't realize it at the time, but taking stock of things, it's bad.
Yeah, I should run system diagnostics more often. Yeah, okay, Saul. What can you do for your girl?
I mean, I was just gonna, try to patch us up really quick. So that's at 16.
Yeah. So I think you're able to fix anything on you that's kind of like artificial or superficial. Stop bleeding, patch up cuts and bruises. If there's bullets in you, you won't be able to pull them out. At the moment, they're just going to have to stay where they are. But you're each going to recover like 2 hit points.
Yeah. Okay.
So maybe we do need to find some place to lay low for a little bit.
I mean, maybe just for a night, because it'll probably take a minute, because I know they're firing some pretty heavy and fast rounds, so I think I got all the bullets that hit me went through. At least that's what I feel. As for Soy Fungi, I don't know, were you fighting like a bear or something? Because you got like claw marks, and they're gonna need like stitches or...
I got claw marks, I got bullet holes. Yeah, Cha-Cha was definitely something else. I think this is like one of those times where I wish I was composed in nanotechnology and they could just fix me. I could just get like some sealing adhesive to just kind of like fill it in.
You're gonna need something, I think, because like I don't think the gashes should be going that deep, so much so that you can like hear whirring when you move and stuff.
Right. I'm trying to convince myself that I might not need a Ripper Doc to fix some of these injuries, I could patch...
Probably not a Ripper Doc. Maybe more like an emergency clinic.
Emergency clinic? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, Fungi.
Ripper Docs are more for like repairing damaged cybernetics and installing new ones.
Okay, cool.
Damage to your fleshy parts would be a real doctor.
Okay, so are we getting out our insurance cards and taking a trip to the to the ER?
Sure, I guess. I mean, maybe we should look up one in like Beaumareau when we're coming in. Kind of like just stay low, I know you guys don't really like that area because it's really sketchy, but like, I think the further we are away from any corporate influence, the better.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I feel like I've already been rogue, so I really don't mind where we go. I can adjust.
Yeah, I mean, the one question that I have is, wasn't the plan that you were going to go looking banged up so that you'd persuade Dr. White to let you in?
This is what we'll do. Okay, so you remember when I tried my Jackport trying to hack Rhodey?
Yeah.
Well, we can let Dr. Light know that I did a temporary self-fix that kind of helped me for the most part, but I think that there was something in Rhodey's systems that infected me with something weird, and so I keep speaking of things that are not quite what I would say, and we need his opinion on what those things could mean.
Okay, yeah, I think we could definitely do that. I think that makes sense.
All right, so then the new plan is you guys find a doctor quick, and then are you going to wait for a day and then do it tomorrow night, or are you still just going to go like quickly patch Saul up and then go visit Dr. White?
Yeah, Saul can get patched up. I'm going to keep my injuries. It just kind of helps to the severity of like whatever's going on with soy fungi. So don't want to cross my T's and dot my I's and all that good stuff.
Okay. I mean, if that's what you think is best, then let's do that quick. And
All right,
well,
cool.
do you need any like help at all? Because I don't know. I don't know if that raptor got to you at all.
No, I got pretty lucky.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately, I think we're lucky that we're not dead. You know, I like that part. I think this is the
Yeah, I
first
feel
time.
like Tidbit's not feeling that way.
Well, you know, as much as it sucks, I don't know what to say, but like, was Tidbit part of our team?
Tidbit was a person, so...
I know, but I also, like, I thought we were just using Rhodey to use Rhodey. I didn't think that... I think when it comes to things like that, you gotta kind of, like, separate your own personal self from, like, what you've got to get done.
I agree with Saul.
I don't know. I don't like thinking about, like, the kind of damages and, you know, chaos that maybe my past job of selling weapons procured, but at the same time, like, I don't know. I had to eat. I had to help, you know, my grandma Gramps, you know, pay off mortgages and stuff. And
Did you really? Because I thought this whole situation was a sham.
I guess not then. I guess maybe all those memories could have just been made up. But isn't that what we're going to try to figure out?
Yeah, I guess I just did not get the whole happy family memo. If you guys need help patching yourselves up, just let me know.
I appreciate it.
I will send one last message to Candor to make herself ready to be in the area at a moment's notice in case things go down. Kind of want Candor to be sort of our like escape plan if things go awry.
She replies, she's just like, "You want me to bring anybody? Oslo? Amir?"
Amir, I always feel more confident with him around, and he kind of like gets my circuits juiced, if you know what I mean. Keeps me on my toes.
She texts back, "Gross."
You'll understand when you're older, Send.
She's like, "I understand now, that's why it's gross." So you guys are in a strange clinic in Bone Row at Saul's request. There's like a lot of just kind of the weirdest injuries filling out this like this waiting room. There's a guy who has like a rebar sticking through his neck, and his buddy's like kind of laughing, kind of holding his friend's neck from, you know, falling apart. There's a guy who's like clearly like tweaking out on something pretty major in the corner, and his like partner is sitting there with like their two small children, who are both like crying because it's like 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock in the morning, and just the lighting is dingy. The attending nurse at the front desk is just like half awake, blowing bubble gum when you guys walk in.
I'm gonna walk up to the front. Hello. My friends here were involved in a violent car accident. I need some help.
Yeah.
Was it gangs? You guys look like you got bullet holes. Was it gangs?
Yeah, we were parked and we were eating penguin tacos, and then all of a sudden a bunch of bullets came straight through the door at me.
She just like blows a bubble and then pops it, and then with a long pause and says, Okay, so we'll just mark that down as gang adjacent. You guys got insurance cards on you, sweeties?
Yeah. At this point, our insurance is still tied to employers.
Yeah. So.
I think you would have, Saul, you'd have like 3, probably. You'd have your Militech insurance card, you'd have your Sahara insurance card, and then you have a personal one for when you need to like schmooze and appear like a slummer to the like your clientele. So yeah, I think you're covered. So if you probably have a fake too.
Yeah, I have
your
fabricated
your work and Abel. I don't think you ever got a Sahara insurance card. You probably don't trust it, do you?
Nope.
All right. Well then, you guys all hand your like personal civilian ones, and she's not like surprised at this. Everyone else in the room seems to be that sort of customer, and she like swipes the 3 of them on her machine, and turns to you, Saul, and says, "You only got a few points left on this. Better get a re-up soon."
Oh yeah, unfortunately I have like kind of a tendency to always like live here in the poor area that gets full of bullets quite often. So
yeah, a lot of gang adjacent. I could see on your history here.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll be getting a refill shortly.
Okay, I'll admit you this time, but you're on thin ice.
Oh yeah, for sure. Thank you though.
And she says, before I can get you a doctor, anyone who's getting admitted, I need the copay up front. It'll be 1,000 your EB.
Okay. Saul will reluctantly swipe his agent, even though he's plenty fine with the money, I'm sure.
Yeah, you guys have been paid pretty well by Sahara so far.
Yeah.
And you're making Militech money too.
Yep. Well, I'm gonna go to the vending machine.
Okay.
Saul will just
there's
sit, I guess.
There's like a pretty pathetic assortment of like name brand snacks, but you can certainly pick something out. It's probably safe to just like go with like a candy bar, and the lady hands you like a clipboard for you to fill out, Saul. That's just kind of got like questions that need answered about your recent health and all that stuff. So I assume you can just lie.
Yeah, just normal bullshit.
Thankfully, there isn't a question that says anything about have you recently been dead. So you're good there. And then after like probably another hour of sitting there, the people ahead of you getting admitted and leaving, the same nurse says, "Okay, Saul Owens, you've got your appointment's up now."
All right, cool. Coming in.
And you go back there, and the doctor is this like pretty young guy. So it looks like he's either newly entered the workforce or is just not trusted to be at a finer establishment. And he's just like, okay, I need you to strip down to your nethers and hop up on the table here.
Sure thing. Saul will just do it.
Yep. And then you spend like probably 30 minutes under the knife. He's got like a most surgeons do, like a set of medical cybernetics in his hand. Dr. White has one of these as well, and is just like working pretty quickly in your body and stitching up what needs stitched up. He pulls a couple of bullet casings out, and when you're done, he hands you like a little petri dish, a sealed petri dish with the bullet casings. Says, "You want to keep them?"
You know what? Yeah, sure, I'll take them.
All right, little souvenir for you.
Yeah, I'll put them in the jar with the other ones.
So yeah, if you experience any dizziness, blurriness, rampant diarrhea, inability to stand, please don't hesitate to call us. And of course, malpractice lawsuits are not successful. So don't even think about it.
Sure thing. If I had enough money to have a malpractice lawsuit, I probably wouldn't be coming here.
Very good.
Thanks, Doc.
He escorts you back out to the front. And you have recovered now. How damaged were you?
So after the +2 from the quick little first aid application, Saul was sitting at 16 out of 40 hit points.
Okay. So yeah, you've recovered another 20. Bed rest and recovery, or we'll recover the rest of it. But yeah, you've got most of the damage fixed for now.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Okay, cool. Yeah, Saul's looking way better, and you can tell as he's moving much smoother as he's trying to dance and pull his pants up and fumble with the belt as he's walking out the door towards you guys.
Yeah, you do notice there's a mirror in this kind of changing room. You do notice now your pristine clone body is starting to look a little bit like your old body.
Yeah. Well, at least makes me feel more comfortable.
If I ain't got scars, I ain't Saul.
Yeah. Ain't no bullet holes, then something's wrong.
Yeah, so you guys see him come back out of the surgery room.
Hey, you're looking a little bit more familiar every day, Saul.
Yeah, appreciate it. I'm feeling more familiar, You guys, feeling we're ready to go?
As you're walking out, Claudia stops you and says, I just want to let you know that he did not leave anything in your body.
Oh, sweet. I appreciate it. I thought, he definitely had, dropped a glove or something. That happens sometimes in those sorts of places.
Yeah, well, I kept a good eye on it. Nothing.
Sweet.
He might have a career.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I'll go on. I'll see if I can't fill out one of their virtual 5-star things.
I wouldn't bother.
Never know. Hey, so how have you been holding up? I'm sorry that we've been kind of letting you sit there in biological and physiological pain for a while.
I mean, I'm okay. I can barely feel it. I guess. I'm cool. I hope y'all are good. I'm ready to do this and then get fixed up afterwards. But for now, I'm chill. I'm just thinking how I'm going to kill my sister slowly. And it just keeps me at peace,
Whatever keeps you going, if that works, then that works. And I'm proud of you for it.
How are y'all feeling? Are you good? How are your injuries? Etc.
I think I'm feeling okay.
Alright. So, are we ready to get Dr. White then?
Yeah.
Alright, let's go.
Hey, it's your game master over here, Gavin. This is the part where I ask each of you to send us just a little bit of support. You can follow us on Twitter at Roll Warriors and send us a tweet or two. We'd be happy to hear from you. Secondly, we have a Patreon page if you have a little bit of extra money you want to share with us. It's only $5 a month to become an esteemed member, like Billy Young, Daniel Sittler, and James Beatty. This membership includes bonus episodes that you get to suggest. Say, for example, you want to hear us roleplay A World of Dinosaurs Lost to Time. We'll do it. Actually, that one sounds hard and possibly litigious, but I'd try it for you, my patrons. Just go to patreon.com/roll_warriors to join the party. In case you haven't heard, we have a website, so you can check out all the juicy deets on the cast and the characters. you can visit us at rollwarriorsadventures.weebly.com. That's basically it for ads, unless you want to @ me, Twizzlers. Nah, that felt wrong. Catch you guys in the next one. So you guys pile all back into the truck. Claudia's just like, kind of like nervously fidgeting, and she turns to you, Saul, and says, "I'll be keeping an eye out while you guys are doing your thing."
Okay, I appreciate it.
Yeah, I don't really want to be in the room.
I understand. You just stay out here and do whatever you feel like you got to do, and we'll take care of the rest. Okay.
I will stay as far away as my form will let me.
Hey, if Saul like try to like put a hand over her hand, but it doesn't really work, and his hand kind of like phases through. He's like, "Oh, okay." If he says anything about you or me or anything that may have happened before in the past, I'll let you know. Okay.
Okay.
All right. We got this.
And without further ado, you arrive at a it looks like an industrial building that has been kind of retrofitted for apartment buildings. And this like huge kind of tower sits in a rainy night. It's about like 3:30 in the morning, and the rain's just pounding down on the truck as you step out. There's like a mist in the air and around like kind of the gutters of the city and everything, and very few people are out. A few kind of just like hustling through the rain, either on their way from or on their way to the jobs that they hate. And you know that Dr. White's apartment is on the 3rd floor.
All right. Here, Soy Fungi, throw an arm over my shoulder. We're gonna go up and...
How's this?
Yeah, you're acting janky. Okay, I like it.
I've seen it all. I've broken through. Break through.
Abel, you got our backs?
Yeah, I'm gonna draw my weapon.
Okay. I guess we'll just go up and knock on the door.
You wait a little bit, probably like 2 or 3 minutes, and then like you hear the sounds of multiple locks being undone, and Dr. White swings the door open, and he's just like, "Oh my God, do you know what time it is? What are the 3 of you doing here?"
It's time for you to see, Dr. White. See.
Doc, Soy Fungi got hit pretty hard. I don't really know. There was some bullets, some guy with claws attacked her, and all of a sudden she's like saying weird shit about like I don't know, something about seeing the past and human experiments in...
I've seen it all, Dr. White.
His face goes like goes white, and he kind of just like looks out of his apartment, both sides, and he goes, "Come in, of course. Get her out on the table. I will begin immediately."
Thanks, Doc. Okay, and Saul.
Doc, I'm just gonna secure the perimeter here. It looks like we might have been followed.
Okay. Yeah, Saul will just lead Soy Fungi in and get her to lay down on a table.
Dr. White, do you see me as I am, as I was, or who I will be?
I'm very confused about what is going on here, but please, I will begin and he's like digging in his briefcase. His hands are shaking, and he starts pulling out like some surgical tools to begin like fixing you up as best as he can. And are you doing anything? Are you going to let him just kind of work, or what?
I'm going to use the ploy of securing the perimeter to start, well, one, securing the perimeter, and two, searching for any like secret safe or scuffs on the door, for doorways to secret labs, or just looking for anything out of the ordinary that could be where he's hiding information.
All right, that would be a conceal, reveal object, or perception, whichever you like better.
I'm just gonna go perception. Index 16.
So you're eyeing the apartment more than the other two are, because they're kind of preoccupied. His apartment seems very normal. Like there's, a sitting room, which is where you guys are right now, with a couple of lamps, and just kind of like normal like as nondescript furniture as you can get. He's got a like desk off to one side that's got papers and gadgetry strewn all over it. There's like a little tool shelf behind that's got some stuff that he works with, and when he's tinkering, there's like a big wall on one side that has just a large, it looks like probably some sort of a deep sea exploration vehicle that's, it's like the cross section of it with all of like the parts outlined, what it is, how it works. And there's like little model rocket ships. He's a nerd, and this is his nerd cave. As far as like things that are hidden, I don't think that there's anything. It doesn't look any out of the ordinary. Like if you looked at Dr. White, you would be like, oh yeah, no, this makes sense. This is his apartment. He does have like a locked briefcase that is like sort of off to one side of his desk, but that is the only thing that's like you can't get into if you wanted to.
Okay. Interesting. And I'm just going to make my way back around so that I'm sort of trying to flank him with Saul, or where I'm going to try to end up.
Yeah. The whole time, Saul, you can see Claudia's just kind of in the far corner of the room. There's like a window with blinds that are halfway open, and she's just kind of eyes out of the window, not really watching what's going on in here. And Dr. White is kind of talking as he's working. He's just like, I'm terribly sorry that all this has happened to you. It seems very unfortunate. Did you ascertain the identity of this attacker, this assailant?
No, not really. I mean, just we were on a job, and then there was this dude with I don't know, he was working for, I think, Biotechnica, and he had a bunch of claws, and something about we were getting too close on human experimentation stuff. It was something that Sahara sent us to do.
Job related. Well, I'll do my best to help out and get you back in fighting shape.
Thanks, we appreciate it, Doc. It's the weirdest shit, because like, I don't know, they were talking about some sort of program that they used to work on, and how we were good candidates, I guess. I don't know. This guy was saying some really weird shit. Yeah, he said Well,
Biotechnica certainly has a vested interest in spreading misinformation about Sahara, I'll tell you that much.
But, okay, Doc, I'm not gonna lie. This guy was freaky. He knew who we were. he knew our names. Like, we were using covers, as we always do when we're talking to other people, and he knew our names and said we were good candidates. Something about...
like, you can see, like, when you start saying these things, like, he like, his, like, head twitches to one side, and like, his like syringe hand kind of slips on you, Soifang-ji, a little bit, and he goes, "Oh, terribly sorry, it caught me off guard." And he starts dabbing like sweat away from his face. I'm it's late at night and I haven't had a lot of rest. I was up late tinkering, so apologies.
It's okay, Doc. I'll give you some space. You do what you gotta do to help out Soifang-ji. Just I think when you're done, we should probably talk about... She was saying some stuff, and after she got hit hard, and the shit she was saying, I don't know if it was influenced by this guy or whatever, but it sounded like it was him talking, honestly. Like, she was saying the same stuff. That is very strange. It might be I should run a diagnostic on her, on her chip, on her interface. There could be any number of things going on here. Well, why don't go ahead and patch her up and whatever. But
Doc, why would you need to run a diagnostic on her chip?
Well, this is still a prototype technology, and we're not quite sure of all its effects. It could have some sort of, play with her interface and be setting off things, giving her false memories. Any number of things.
So there's data on the chip, Doc?
Well, of course there's data on the chip. There's you. That you are on the chip.
What do you mean?
Well, if you move from, one body to another, you need to maintain your faculties. He just kind of says offhandedly and like flourishes with his hand just while he's in the middle of his work.
But I've never been reset, Doc.
Well, no, but the point of the technology is that if
neither is Soifang-ji.
Right, of course.
So why would there be false memories?
And he just kind of like the sweat's like dripping down his face now, and like the twitching is increasing, and like he stops and like grabs his hand as it's about to go make a bigger cut than he wanted to, and he says, "I need a drink," and stands up to go to the kitchen. Like he's like pouring water in the sink.
I think you need to sit down, Doc. I can get you a drink.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. And he sits down in his armchair.
Soifang-ji, you want a drink?
Am I fixed?
You have. He's been able to recover like 10 of your hit points at this point.
Okay. Am I still like acting like glitchy, or am I like back to normal?
Well, I assumed that was an act. So.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that's an act. So am I good to go back to regular Soifang-ji? Because I had a plan, but I can just like stop it now.
That's up to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait. Are we all talking normally?
I don't know. Abel, do you want to like shoot her a glance or something?
Yeah. I mean, I'll just like look down and at Soifang-ji. Are you feeling? What are you going to do? I mean, if you don't respond, I'll just continue.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. What? Where am I? What was going on? Dr. White, what are you doing here?
Hi. This is my apartment. What are you doing here? I'm patching you up. That's what's happening.
Oh, okay. Is he currently working on me? I thought he was sitting.
No, he's sitting.
Okay, that's what I thought.
He's sitting at the chair, yeah.
Oh, okay. What, did something happen to me? What'd you do?
Yeah, what did you do?
What did I do? I was recovering your body. I was healing your wounds.
Oh, okay, thank you. I also had like this last thing I like really remember clearly is my net jacker exploding, and yeah, I tried to jack into a net terminal that I probably shouldn't have, and I think I may have, like, I don't know, taken something with me. No, my systems have been a little weird. Did you notice anything, Dr. White?
Well, I have yet to do a full diagnostic on your internals there.
Okay, it was.
I was about to, but your friends set me on ease. I needed to sit down for a second.
Okay. It's just something I'd never experienced before. Like, it was like I felt like I was living multiple lives all at the same time. And
yeah, he, like, you can see, like, his twitching is increased. Like, his hands are shaking on the chair, and he, like, glances over at this this pill caddy that's sitting, like, at the side table next to his chair, and, like, his hand starts to go for the pills, like, shaking furiously.
Okay, so can I do an athletics roll?
Sure.
Okay, because...
To do what?
To kick that, whatever those pills are, away from him, to keep him stressed.
Oh, yeah, go for it.
Okay, 18?
18. Yeah, I mean, kicking it is definitely true Sui Fang Ji fashion, but with an 18, I think you just grab the pills, like the pill caddy, and in your hand, and he says, "Please, I need those."
Okay, why are you so nervous? Do you know something about this, Dr. White? What's going on?
And, like, he starts, like, actively convulsing. Like, he has lost all kind of control of his body, and is convulsing. And one word slips out, almost in a whisper, from his mouth, and it says, "Briefcase!" And then he just starts convulsing again.
I'll go over and grab the briefcase.
And Sofunji will toss him the pills.
I mean, Saul will try to administer the pills to him because I'm sure he's at the point he's incapacitated. I
think at this, Claudia goes, has been trying to avoid kind of watching. She sees, like, him convulsing, and she actively floats in between you and Dr. White, Saul, and puts out a hand and says, "Don't."
Oh, okay. And Saul will just hold on to the pill bottle in his hand.
So Abel, you grabbed the briefcase?
Yeah.
It is currently locked. What do you want to do about that?
Let's see what I can do about that. I'm going to... So I'm not really good at picking locks. I'm good at picking pockets.
Well, I can help out if need be.
What kind of lock is on this?
It's like a tumble lock. This is like an old style briefcase. Like a wooden briefcase with, like, a leather finish on it, and it's got just a 4-digit pin tumbler, mechanical.
Can I use my human perception to see where I think Dr. White might hide his, like, passwords and things?
Sure.
17. You're looking
around the room, and while, like, he has, like, a lot of like projects that he looks like he's working on, he has more spaceships than anything else. And there is one model that is in a glass case on, like, a shelf behind his desk.
Okay, I'm gonna kind of go up, take a closer look at it, and see if it's got any sort of 4-digit number associated with it.
Yeah, this is the Strata 667.
Strata 667?
Mm-hmm.
It's probably... Ain't that the code?
Yeah, she... But it's 4 digits, right?
Yeah, so are there letters on the tumbler too?
There are no letters on the tumbler.
Put in 667 as the last three, and so I'll see if we can just run through the numbers to guess the first one.
Okay. 667. Start with 0. Pull on it.
Doesn't open.
1.
Doesn't open.
And he'll just filter through all of them.
It opens on 7.
7667. Okay.
Yes.
Huh.
Not super secure there, Dr. White.
Is he still convulsing at the moment, or has he kind of like...
He's like just... He has stopped like the violent convulsions. He's just kind of like shaking on the ground. And he's like, "Please, my briefcase."
All right. Yeah.
So you pop the code in, and the lock like clicks.
So what's inside of this briefcase? What's in the box?
There looks to be a on the inside of the briefcase. It is like a chilled, like refrigerated storage unit, and there are 7 syringes. They look very familiar. Saul, you remember Dr. White gave you one of these after or during, I think, your first job. You were like beat up, and he gave it to you, and it recovered your hit points.
I think this is some fancy drug that'll help him out here. Well, why don't we give him one of these?
Why don't you ask your ghost girl?
Hey, Claudia.
She says, "What?
Do you think this would help him out, I guess? I know it's kind of weird, but...
I don't know. Something compelled me to stop you from giving them the pills, but I don't know.
Well, I guess...
I don't want to see him. I don't want to see him suffering.
Okay, well then, yeah. Abel, she says that this will probably help him.
Yeah, and we probably need him.
Be my guess.
Okay. Yeah, Saul will go and help administer this to our boy.
Yeah, so you stick it in his arm and let the fluid. It's like a thick red fluid, kind of go into his bloodstream, and it takes him a second, but he kind of like the shaking stops. He's like in a cold sweat, but he like leans up from the floor and says, "Thank you. I've been gone for so long."
Wait, what? What does that mean?
Yeah, what are you talking about, Dr. White? What's up with you?
The company we work for at Sahara, they have a program. They call it Cerebrum. And employees that step out of line or question question their loyalties become test subjects.
Okay.
Oh my God.
I stepped out of line several years ago, and I haven't been myself for so long.
Okay, so are you telling us that they put your consciousness in a martini shaker and turned you into a mixed drink?
No, it's just a suppressant. I was inside. I couldn't. I was screaming, trying to get myself free of the drug's influence, but I couldn't.
Oh God! So you were still aware? Oh, that's dark. What? Okay.
I'm not the only one.
Who else?
Saul, I I hadn't taken my pills the day that you came in with your injuries, and briefly, for a second, I saw an opportunity. I gave you one of those. Did weird stuff start happening to you after I gave you one of those?
I mean, yeah. I started having more vivid abduction dreams again, like back when I was a kid, and then after I came back, I met Claudia.
Who is Claudia?
Claudia is I think she's a ghost, maybe, but she's not. Like, she has a body. She's somebody that I guess I knew when I was a kid, because she was in some of these abduction dreams too, but she's bald. She floats next to me all the time. She knows about this stuff. I do too. We were, I don't know how, but we were somehow here. Or, well, not here at your house. We were, and like Saul grabs his head and starts like massaging his temples and like trying to explain it all.
Wait, can you describe in detail how she looks, maybe?
I know she's bald now. She looks like she's gone through some sort of surgery, and you can see that there's scarring along like part of behind her ear and part of her neck. But I remember seeing her long ago, and she had long brown hair. She's like 5'7" or so, a little bit taller. She was a scientist. She has like goldish eyes.
And Dr. White like grabs your arm, and he's just like, Phoebe? My Phoebe?
Who?
Phoebe, are you there? Is she in this room right now?
What'd you call her? What's her name?
Phoebe, my daughter!
What?
Are you here? Are you here in this room? Claudia's just like, she's got this kind of like blank expression on her face. And she's just like, I have a dad?
Do we need a Ouija board? Are we talking to dead people now?
I don't...
Oh, no, I mean, Saul heard her say that.
I don't... Wait. She's your daughter, and first off, I don't know if she's dead, Abel. I don't know.
She was supposed to be dead. And he starts like crying. He's like, I did what I could. I tried to. We were so close to fixing the problems with Phoenix. We were so close to creating a working prototype. I thought we lost her.
What do you...
She's somehow in your brain. Saul.
Okay, so this is... I'm just like firing here. Do you think those... whatever those pills you're taking are specifically catered for you, Dr. White? And maybe giving one of them to Saul has somehow projected maybe a memory or experience or something that you've had into Saul's brain?
No, the injection just dulls the effects of Centripo.
Okay, I'm confused, because apparently you know his ghost. I'm sorry if ghost is a weird word. But if you know his ghost, then it has something to do with you, right?
If the description sounds like my daughter, which it would make sense. Saul, I think I know who you are, or who you're supposed to be.
What the fuck does that even mean?
Does the name James mean anything to you?
Yeah. Claudia, or I guess Phoebe, called me that, and I've been kind of using that as like a misnomer for the last couple interactions with people. It sounds familiar. It sounds like right.
And he's like he's now standing, and he's like feeling around the air in the room, trying to locate Claudia. And he says, "I believe that if it is my daughter that you have connected with, that she might have lost knowledge, understanding of who she is. As I said, the Phoenix chip was nowhere near a workable prototype, and I told them that it wasn't ready. I said as much, and if they tested it on her anyway,
oh my God,
it would have destroyed everything that made her my daughter."
Wait, so you
she
let
remembers
them,
you.
You let them experiment on your own kid?
I had no knowledge of it. And he turns to you, Abel, and he says, "She was dying of cancer. She was in their hospital. I left for one night. And when I came back, they told me she was dead."
So are you suggesting that Saul's Phoenix chip was formerly Phoebe's?
No, I'm suggesting that somewhere her lost consciousness latched onto someone that she knew. Her lover, James.
Whoa, 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 whoa. But my name is... Okay, my name is Saul Owens Jr. I grew up in Dust City with my grandmother and my grandfather. My parents died in some form of car accident, which I don't think was an accident. I've never known this James person. The first time I met, well, I must have met Phoebe when I was a kid, but what the fuck is all this? She was my girlfriend, wife, fiance, lover, partner?
Oh,
well,
friends with benefits?
More specifically, that you were colleagues, but you had fallen in love, and I was happy. I liked James. He was a good man, and I thought that he would be a good fit for my Phoebe. And I see so much of him in you. You don't look like him, but there's something there, and the more I think about it, the more I'm certain.
You have an interesting definition of a good man.
okay.
Fuck you too. Okay, even if that, yeah. But I don't know who the hell James is, so I guess that's subjective.
Oh Lord. Okay, Saul, I think you were right. I think Dr. White is telling you that you're not real, and that your body is James's body, and you, as you know it, is a construct.
Okay.
Well, there's some truth to that, but I don't think that the memories that you are experiencing are not true. It's quite a bit more confusing than that. When I knew James, he had some problems recalling his past. He had been in an accident when he was young, and he couldn't piece together what had happened to him. But he was brilliant as all the same, and he helped develop a lot of the technology that exists at Sahara. He was one of the leaders on the Phoenix program.
Oh, so you didn't experiment on your own daughter. Saul experimented on his girlfriend. Totally works out.
I didn't do that. I don't know who the fuck this James is, and I wouldn't experiment on Phoebe.
And Claudia, or Phoebe, as we might call her now, she's kind of just floating there, absorbing all this information about her. And she eventually turns to you, Saul, and she says, "I believe him." I don't know why or how, but I believe that I am who he says I am.
What? Okay, so... Alright, what can we do to make this right? I guess I don't know what's... How can I be two people?
So, Dr. White, do us next.
By all means, you are free to take the injection. It's yours.
Saul's gonna grab it and just fucking jam it into his arm before anybody can do anything.
So you're starting to... It's weird because when you take this injection, nothing really feels different. You might... The more you think about it, the more you feel secure in your knowledge that you are James, but you're also Saul. Your experiences and history as Saul are no less real or corporeal to you as your memories of being James. But the more that this drug, gets into your bloodstream, the more you remember being James Ortega, and you remember Phoebe, and you remember staying up late nights, tinkering in your lab together, fixing or trying to fix the world's problems with idealism, and you remember the disappointment and the frustration of seeing your works again and again being used by Sahara for other purposes. And you even remember thinking that if you could just do this one, if you could just figure out the Phoenix program correctly, that you could make a real difference. You could save people that needed saving. You could be a fixer for the world's problems. And you remember a board meeting where the board of directors is discussing the purchase price of this potential program, and you realize that it's just going to be the elite that will be able to afford Phoenix, and that it will create a society in which the divide between poor and rich only gets larger by astronomical proportions, and you're confused about what to do about it. And Phoebe is there to help you she wants to stop it and put an end to it before it gets out of hand, but she has now gotten sick and isn't able to help out as much. And then there's a personal reason for you wanting to fix this problem, and you think if you can just get it to her, you could live with yourself. And then the rest of what happens is a blank to you. You can't remember what you did after that.
Okay. And so, after... I'm assuming this, quick memory trip takes only, 5 seconds.
Yes, it's seconds.
He's gonna sit down next to, wherever Dr. White is sitting, and just be like... Oh, I believe you.
Are you okay, Saul? Did you see something?
Everything he said was true. I was this James Ortega guy. I was him, but I'm also Saul. And I don't know. I just don't know. And I'm pretty confused.
So this is the same thing could happen, could be us. We could be just other people.
I don't know. But you might as well try, and so we'll offer the same files to both Soifanji and Abel.
Soifanji looks at it and contemplating whether to crush it in her hand or just toss it away.
No bottoms up for you, Soifanji?
I just don't know if I want to know. You know, I like who I am. But I guess it wouldn't really be fair for Saul to experience this revelation on his own.
If there's even a revelation for us.
This is the time to not fear the storm ahead and to look forward to the calm. Okay, so before before Soifanji changes her mind, she just injects the thing into, I guess, what's corporeal on her. I guess her neck, maybe. Wherever there's slush.
And Abel goes at the same time.
Okay, so I'll do Soifanji first because she said it first. But so similar to Saul, it doesn't hit you right away, but as you as you kind of just let the drugs get through your system, you come to a realization, something that you had forgotten, and it feels impossible that you would have forgotten it, but you remember that your mother is on the board of directors for Sahara, and you remember her controlling your childhood and pushing you to be a part of all these programs, that it would make you, that she would love you if you did this, that she would care about you if you did this, and there was a competition between you and your sister about who was going to be the best, and you wanted so much to prove to them that you were worthy, and then something in you snapped, and you realized that it was all a sham. That their affection for you was never attainable, and that they didn't want. They were jealous of your accomplishments. They hated you for you, and this all boiled to a confrontation between you and your sister. But you never pulled the trigger. You remember now that just before you killed her, the Sahara guards came in and knocked you unconscious and dragged you away. And you can remember her laughing. Okay,
so just for some dramatic effect, during this entire flashback, Soifanji's camouflage shark skin is just kind of like going haywire, and she's just like transforming into all these different colors.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
So
that's very cool. Soifanji is kaleidoscoping, and okay, Abel. You have a very vivid memory of coming to a realization. You were investigating a possible lead having to do with Hayes. You've seen it out on the streets, and you've taken it upon yourself without talking to anyone else or anything. You get deep into the investigation, and you're starting to feel like you're picking up traction. And then you come to the realization that you figured it out first. Centripo, the drug or the substance inside of Hayes that makes it Hayes, that makes cybernetics go haywire and affect people. was a drug made by Sahara for the purpose of brainwashing. And you went to Sahara with the intention of, gathering enough intelligence on the inside. You were going to infiltrate them, gather enough intelligence on the inside, linking them to the production of haze, and distribute it and be, the person that cracked the case. And then you can't remember what happened after that.
Those absolute bastards. I fucking knew it.
Dr. White's like, this is probably a lot to take in. I'm not sure what you all saw, but if it was anything like my experience, it's dreadful, and I'm sorry.
Sarfungi's just kind of quiet, and then turns and walks away.
What happened to you guys? What did you see? Is he right?
Well, I think I am who I am.
Okay.
I think I am who I am. Apparently, I'm still me, but my entire life appears to have been a lie. I
can drink to that.
I don't know how to say this. It appears that my mother is on the board of directors, and I've grown up as a product of Sahara. I am Sahara. I don't know if there's a way for me to escape it.
What? Wait, what happened to, like, the growing up in, like, a ninja clan thing? Like...
According to these visions, it's not real. Apparently I was not sold away as a child as a means to end me, only to be raised as an assassin, and unless... I don't know. Apparently my sister's returned because I never killed her.
Wait, what do you mean? I thought... Oh, man. How... Okay, so is your whole family, like, connected to the Sahara, then?
It seems that way. It seems that It seems that all I wanted was for my mother to love me. And apparently...
Oh, that's rough.
Apparently I was just a test subject, or a way to test different programs and things for Sahara. I wanted to be the best because I thought that she would only love the best. But no matter what I did, it was never meant for me. It's weird.
What does that mean for, you? Like, how are you doing?
It means I want them dead, but not for the reasons that I thought. Like, that part of me hasn't changed. I still want to end them. It's just apparently for a different reason. And apparently Mother has been close this entire time. I don't know. I think
this is good. This is good. We now have the information to fuck their shit up.
We know what's going on. Yeah, I agree.
And Dr. White here is going to tell us everything he knows about the chips. And so are you, James.
If I can remember anything, then yeah, I will. I'm not trying to hide any information from you, Abel. This is new to me, too, and, like, you can kind of see that Saul, even though he's, like, sitting down next to Dr. White, if you take, like, a closer look at him, you can see his hands are shaking.
It's all in due time, but we're going to sit here and figure it out.
Okay.
The more we kind of dig into what you remember, the better off we're all going to be.
All right. So let's try to get our stories straight. Dr. White, start us from the top, okay?
The top of what? The top of the world?